Have you ever wondered why you feel such a deep emptiness, even when you're surrounded by people? Or why you're so afraid of being left, ignored, forgotten? Even when no one has said they're leaving, you might be experiencing the silent consequences of emotional abandonment. And worse, that abandonment might still be controlling every choice you make, every relationship, even the way you see yourself. Studies show that people who suffered emotional or physical abandonment in childhood have a higher risk of developing chronic anxiety, deep depression, and even autoimmune diseases. The body carries the pain the mind tries to forget. Today, we're going to talk about this. We'll explore how abandonment shapes who you are, and more importantly, how to start freeing yourself from this invisible prison. But first, if this topic resonates with you in any way, please like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the Silent Wounds channel. Here, we address invisible wounds with empathy, science, and soul. Abandonment rarely screams, it whispers. It hides in decisions you don't understand, in relationships that fall apart for no apparent reason, and anxieties that arise out of nowhere. Often, those who have experienced abandonment don't even realize they're carrying this trauma. It could have been a father who wasn't present, an emotionally unavailable mother, or someone who left without explanation. The form doesn't matter, the impact is profound. This kind of pain silently infiltrates your sense of identity. You start to believe you're not worthy of love, that you need to constantly strive not to be left. You feel the need to please, to yield, to diminish yourself, just so someone will stay. And the cruelest part, even as an adult, even surrounded by people who love you, you still feel like something's missing. Because the abandonment wasn't resolved, it was just buried. But the good news is, this pattern can be transformed. And throughout this video, I'll show you how. When we think of abandonment, we imagine obvious scenes. A child left alone, a suitcase at the door, a definitive goodbye. But most wounds caused by abandonment aren't visible, they live inside. These scars manifest in subtle yet devastating ways. You become attached too quickly to people you barely know, fearing losing them. You feel an irrational fear of being excluded or ignored. You have anxiety attacks without apparent reason whenever someone emotionally distances themselves. Or conversely, you avoid deep connections with anyone, fearing you'll suffer all over again. From a psychological standpoint, this is known as emotional hypervigilance. Your brain is constantly on high alert, expecting to be rejected again. And the body responds: muscle tension, headaches, insomnia, rapid heartbeat, all without any physical cause. It's not drama. It's not overreacting. It's your nervous system trying to protect you from a pain it knows all too well. The problem is that living in constant defense mode is exhausting. It robs you of peace, and it prevents you from having healthy relationships. Recognizing these scars is the first step to healing them. They don't define who you are, they just tell where you've been hurt. And wounds, no matter how deep, can heal. Have you ever ended a relationship even though you didn't want to? Or pushed away someone who loved you just because it seemed too good to be true? These repetitive patterns are often the result of unresolved abandonment. When someone you love left, your brain learned to expect the worst, and for protection, you start acting before the pain repeats. This is the emotional trap. You crave connection, love, security, ... But unconsciously, you sabotage all of it out of fear of being hurt again. You start to wonder, am I hard to love? Is it me who's the problem? But the truth is, you're not the problem. You've learned survival strategies based on pain, and now they're hindering your happiness. A common pattern is emotional dependency. You cling to the other person tightly, as if their presence is the only thing keeping you standing. Or the opposite, you shut down completely, become cold, distant, inaccessible, all to avoid the risk of being abandoned again. Both reactions are attempts at protection, but neither brings peace. You continue to feel alone, misunderstood, emotionally drained. Healing begins when you realize it's not about the other person leaving, it's about you learning to stay with yourself, with safety and care. Have you ever found yourself giving up on something you really wanted just because it started to go well? Or felt an inexplicable discomfort when someone praised you, embraced you, or genuinely loved you? That's self-sabotage. And yes, it has everything to do with the abandonment you experienced. When someone you love left you, a part of you began to believe that love always comes with pain. So even when you find affection, care, and presence, your brain triggers the alarm. This is going to end. Better to mess it up before it hurts. It's like you're wearing emotional armor. It protects you from pain, but also prevents you from feeling love. Neuroscience explains this as negative self-association. You associate intimacy with suffering. So unconsciously, you push away what you most desire, genuine affection. Self-sabotage hides in behaviors like procrastinating on opportunities that could change your life, creating unnecessary conflicts in healthy relationships, getting involved with emotionally unavailable people, repeating the internal narrative, I don't deserve this. This isn't for me. It's going to go wrong anyway. But here's a powerful truth. You're not destroying yourself because you want to. You're trying to protect yourself from a past that still hurts. And the good news? All of this can be reprogrammed with awareness, compassion, and self-healing practices. Have you ever felt a tightness in your chest, a lump in your throat, or a sudden nausea ... without any apparent reason? Often, it's not just stress or anxiety. It's your body remembering the pain your mind tried to forget. When we talk about abandonment, we think of emotions, but we forget that the body also experienced the trauma. And it remembers everything: the reactions, the silences, the swallowed despair, the suppressed cries. This is called somatic memory, a concept in neuroscience that shows how the body stores traumatic experiences. Even if you can't recall the exact moment you were abandoned, your body remembers. Jaw tension might be linked to the effort of holding it together. Insomnia might stem from the unconscious fear of letting your guard down. Back or stomach pain might reflect a lifetime of carrying the absence of someone who should have stayed. That's why emotional healing can't happen only in the mind. It needs to involve the body as well. Has someone abandoned you? Did they walk away without a backward glance? Did they leave you confused, hurt, and searching for answers? In the aftermath, did you blame yourself? Maybe you felt like it was your fault, asking, what did I do? Or worse, what was wrong with me? You convinced yourself that it was your fault, that you weren't enough, that you caused it. This is called emotional adoption. And today we're going to undo it. The truth is, it wasn't your fault. You were a child, innocent and dependent, and the responsibility to care for you was theirs, not yours. When the world breaks your heart, your inner child feels immense fear and insecurity. To cope, your mind creates a narrative where you are at fault. It was my fault is better than facing the terrifying thought, it was not my fault. Because if it was your fault, then there's something you can do to fix it. But if it was random, cruel, or unfair, that fear runs much deeper. Psychology calls this emotional adoption. Your mind convinces itself that you are responsible for the abandonment so you can control the situation, but this belief keeps you stuck. You don't just feel like you were left, you start to believe you were left because you weren't enough. Guilt makes you take responsibility for something that was never yours to carry. Shame makes you hide from the world, thinking you're flawed beyond repair. Together, they keep you trapped in a past that was never your fault. The question isn't, why did they leave? But why would anyone leave someone as wonderful as you? Because the truth is, their leaving has nothing to do with you. It says more about them than about you. If you've ever found yourself believing, if I had been different, maybe they wouldn't have left. I must have done something wrong to be left like that. or I deserved it. Stop. This is an emotional emergency. You don't have to put up with this. Listen to what your body is trying to tell you. What are you avoiding? What are you pushing away? What emotions need to be acknowledged? It might feel scary or uncomfortable at first, but you have to trust the process. It's worth it. Healing from abandonment isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about learning to respond differently. It's about replacing "why was I left" with "how can I care for myself now?" So here are 3 steps to begin reprogramming that trauma. Practice daily self-connection. Take 5 minutes a day to place your hand on your chest. Breathe deeply and say, "I'm here. I'm not leaving myself." Write letters of release. Write to the one who left without sending it. Say everything that's still stuck in your throat. Tear it up or burn it afterward. Create safe bonds with yourself. Care for yourself like you would a wounded child. Eat well, rest, and build small rituals of care, like drinking calming tea before bed or taking a walk while listening to comforting music. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, is real. You can create new connections, new emotional responses, a new story. The wound of abandonment runs deep, but it's not eternal. It can become the portal to your emotional rebirth. We often blame ourselves for being abandoned, but the truth is, it's not our fault. It's painful, yes, but it doesn't define us. We are not our abandonment. We are so much more. And if you believe this, I invite you to try these 3 practices. Take 5 minutes a day to connect with your body, write a letter of release, and make yourself a cup of tea. They might seem simple, even childish, but they're powerful tools. You are reclaiming your inner child. You're telling that abandoned part of you, you're not alone anymore. When you do this, when you truly believe it, you begin to heal. The abandoned child within you slowly stops crying. You stop blaming yourself and start accepting your worthiness of love. You're not defined by your abandonment. You are defined by your strength, resilience, and capacity for love. Healing is possible, peace is possible, love is possible. Even if the scars remain, they become a reminder of how far you've come, not a measure of who you are. You are not your abandonment. You are magnificent, worthy, and deserving of all the love in the universe. Don't let anyone, including yourself, forget that. If this video touched something in you, I want to leave you with a gift. Today, as healing practice, breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, exhale for 6, place your hand on your chest and repeat 3 times. I deserve love. I deserve care. I choose to show up for myself. If you want, close with a prayer or affirmation. Even if I was left behind, I won't leave myself anymore. I am shelter. I am healing. Make yourself a cup of chamomile or lavender tea before bed. Let your body feel safe. Consider going to therapy. You don't have to face your shadows alone. If this content helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to the Silent Wounds channel. Leave a comment. Which part of this video touched your heart the most? You are not alone. I'm here to help. And your pain, no matter how silent, deserves to be heard. See you tomorrow in the next video. Sending love from your friend, Elena Gray.